We've all heard it. Become the best version of yourself. Self-improvement books, motivational speakers, and social media all push this idea. But what if I told you this mindset could be making you miserable? What if the constant pursuit of a better you is actually holding you back? In this video, we'll uncover the hidden dangers of self-improvement and why the obsession with becoming your best self might be one of the biggest traps of modern life. The problem with becoming your best self is that it implies one thing. You're never enough as you are. It's a moving target. Every time you reach one goal, another appears. You improve, but suddenly there's an even better version of you to chase. This creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. You're always striving, but never arriving. No matter what you accomplish, it never feels like enough. We live in a time where self-improvement has become an industry. Everywhere you look, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you see people documenting their perfect routines. The 5 a.m. wake-up, the 2-hour gym session, the flawless productivity system, the highly disciplined reading habit. It looks inspiring, but also overwhelming. Because no matter how much you do, there's always someone doing more. The result? You start feeling like you're behind. You tell yourself, if they can do it, why can't I? But here's the problem. What you're seeing isn't real. Most people only show the highlights. They record their productive moments, but cut out the struggles, the failures, the days when they don't feel motivated. Even the most disciplined people don't have perfect routines every day. But when all you see is perfection, you start believing that's the standard. It's no longer just about being better. It's about being flawless. And that's where the real danger lies. Perfectionism is often disguised as motivation. You think, I just want to be my best. But in reality, it can lead to paralysis. You might delay starting new things because you're afraid you won't do them perfectly. Or quit when you don't see immediate progress because it doesn't match the success stories you see online. Or obsess over details instead of actually taking action. Ironically, the pursuit of perfection often leads to less progress, not more. Because instead of focusing on what matters, you get stuck comparing, overthinking, and feeling like you're never enough. And then there's another trap. When success stops being personal. Originally, you wanted to improve for yourself, to feel healthier, to learn something new, to become more disciplined. But over time, it becomes about measuring up to others. You're no longer improving because it makes you happy. You're improving because you feel like you have to. And that's when self-improvement stops being empowering and starts feeling like a prison. At its core, the idea of becoming your best self sounds positive. Growth, discipline, and striving for something better. What's wrong with that? Nothing, until it turns into self-rejection. Instead of growing from a place of self-acceptance, many people chase self-improvement out of self-criticism. I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll be worthy when I'm more productive. I'll finally respect myself when I reach this goal. But here's the hard truth. If your motivation to improve is rooted in self-hate, no achievement will ever be enough. This is what I call the self-improvement hamster wheel. You set a goal. You work hard. You finally reach it. And for a moment, you feel good. But then, that feeling fades. You start thinking, okay, what's next? Instead of enjoying your progress, you move the goalpost further. You wanted to lose 11 pounds. Now you think 22 pounds would be better. You hit your income goal. Now you feel behind because someone else earns more. You became more disciplined. Now you think you should be even stricter. You never arrive because you never let yourself feel good enough. Most people believe that being hard on themselves is the only way to improve. They think, if I stop criticizing myself, I'll become lazy. But is that true? Think about a strict teacher you had in school, the one who constantly pointed out your mistakes, never praised your progress, and made you feel like you weren't doing enough. Did they actually make you love learning? Or did they just make you feel pressured and anxious? Now, imagine a teacher who encouraged your growth but also acknowledged your progress, who corrected your mistakes without making you feel like a failure. Which one would make you more likely to succeed? Here's the key. Self-discipline doesn't have to mean self-punishment. You can push yourself without tearing yourself down. You don't have to choose between self-improvement and self-acceptance. In fact, true self-improvement only works when it starts from a place of self-respect. Instead of saying, I need to improve because I'm not good enough, try saying, I want to improve because I deserve to grow. Instead of punishing yourself for not being perfect, try appreciating yourself for how far you've come. When you shift your mindset, growth becomes a journey instead of a punishment. And maybe the best version of yourself isn't someone who's flawless. Maybe it's just someone who's learning to accept themselves while still striving to grow. So, how can you grow without falling into the self-improvement trap? 1. Redefine success. Instead of chasing a perfect version of yourself, focus on progress that actually matters to you. 2. Practice self-acceptance. Growth should come from a place of self-respect, not self-rejection. 3. Embrace the present. Stop postponing happiness for some future version of yourself. If you can't be content now, you won't be later. Becoming your best self isn't about chasing an ideal. It's about learning, growing, and accepting yourself as you are, flaws included. So maybe the real question isn't, how do I become my best self? But instead, what if I'm already enough? Think about that for a moment. What if self-improvement wasn't about fixing yourself, but about learning, growing, and accepting who you already are? The more you chase an ideal version of yourself, the further away happiness feels. But when you accept yourself as you are, ironically, that's when real growth happens. Because now you're no longer growing out of fear of being not enough. You're growing because you want to, not because you hate yourself, not because society tells you to, not because you feel pressured to be perfect, but because you deserve to evolve and explore your potential without losing sight of the fact that you're already whole. So, what do you think? Is self-improvement helping you, or has it started feeling like a trap? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video thought-provoking, consider subscribing for more deep dives into philosophy, psychology, and self-growth. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're already enough. See you in the next video.